So the first course, I want to do sort of a riff on a ceviche. I'm thinking of the chitons for that, just to make a nice light hot summer appetizer.
So we're gonna blanch all the chitons. That's the first step. We're gonna plunge them in the boiling seawater.
Okay.
And just like blanching a vegetable, it's just like a super quick cook. And then I see you prepared ice water. It's excellent. And that'll stop them, like a vegetable, from overcooking. And we're gonna cook them for about 3 minutes.
Oh, it smells really good. It kind of smells like a lobster.
Really?
Okay, ice. Okay, beautiful. Okay, so I have no idea what to do with these.
You've cooked them the right amount of time because you can see how the skin is loose here off the meat.
Okay.
So this should just come right off. If the skin doesn't come off, you haven't cooked them long enough.
And then they got these little shelly bits.
Yeah, so these are the plates that protect the animal. It's like a Jurassic bit of armor. These are very ancient creatures.
Yeah, they look like it.
So you'll notice that the plates go one way,
Yep.
right? So you want to peel them off this way. Sometimes when you walk on the beach, you can see these as little seashells.
Oh, I have seen those, and I actually thought they were just seashells.
Well, they are seashells.
In a sense, yeah.
And you just kind of gently pull it apart, scoop this out, and you could pop that in your mouth right now.
It's great. Kind of has a texture of octopus. Similar flavor. It's really mild and sweet, and gosh, I could see that being great in a chowder.
Since we're here at the beach, the way I was brought up is if you harvest seafood and you're still anywhere near the beach, you always put this back in the water because it feeds something else.
Okay, I'm really excited to work with the chitons. I love the flavor, it's so familiar. I want to use them in a seafood salad recipe that I've made in the past. Dishes like ceviche are raw fish, but they're actually not raw when you eat them. The acid in the marinade actually cooks the fish. But since these are cooked already, I don't want the acid to be there until the very end as a flavoring profile. Last thing I want to do is cook these more and make them rubbery. There we go. Perfect. Now I just have to flavor it. I think a little bit of spice is in order for this dish. Nothing too crazy, just a little fresh jalapeno. And I'm cutting it up very small. So it's not a big bomb of heat or pepper flavor, but just a little punctuation. I think this dish will benefit by having the roundness of some shallot in the marinade with it. That's good. A few of those, not too many as well. That will do. There we go. Some olive oil. Okay, it's time to add a little bit of acid. Acid and seafood are best friends. Some fresh lemon juice, some fresh black pepper, just a hint of salt. Now to taste for balance. The balance is there, and the texture is almost like a clam. However, it is delicious. The salt level is correct. No sugar needed. It's time to plate this. Okay. Can't believe that I'm plating this salad here. It's absolutely a beautiful day. So I'm just cutting up some lettuce to add a little bit of color. And I just wanted to kind of resemble maybe some seaweed that's here along the beach. I'm not trying to make my cuts pristine, just something that's gonna add a nice color and feel to the dish. Yeah, time for the magic. Lastly, some nice borage flowers that add a beautiful cucumber note.
So this is kind of crazy, but this is actually more closely related biologically to a lobster and a crab than it is to a clam or a mussel. But that's critical because if you have someone in your restaurant who is allergic to crustaceans, like crabs and lobsters, they can't eat this.
Good to know. Okay, so this goes in the water.
Yep.
And then how long do we cook it?
A minute, 2 minutes max.
All right, how's it feel? Does it feel like we're there?
I think, Paul, this is perfect. And we've got our ice water here, same thing as the chitons. We're gonna put it right in.
That's gonna help her.
The way to do these is you slice the head off first.
Okay.
So you can see there's a little bit of meat in there. You use your little knife, put the tip through.
Right.
And then you just kind of unzip them, if you will.
That's easy. This one's peeling
Yep.
just with my fingers.
Just like you're taking off a shrimp skin.
Oh, I'm almost done. Actually, that's easier than I thought it was gonna be.
That's because you've cooked them perfectly.
All right, taste test time.
So if you didn't know what this was and I just told you to close your eyes and eat something, what do you think?
I would think this is a piece of lobster.
Isn't that funny? It makes sense biologically, right? Because this is a crustacean. But if I told you you were eating a barnacle, you probably wouldn't have gone to lobster.
At all?
No.
No. I'm really pleased to have a chance to work with Fiona and learn how to cook these properly. And to be honest, they taste much better than I thought they would. To have a lobstery flavor to something that looks like this, I didn't see that coming. And it's gonna change what I'm thinking of for dinner. I'm thinking that they actually might work really good in a pasta dish. I've got some nice shell pasta, which I think is a little playful. Works good for a seafood dish like this. Just a little bit of olive oil. Time for the sauce. Melted butter. Now I'm just gonna add those mushrooms, saute them up. I want them to get a nice little caramelized flavor to them. Okay, that's just perfect. The mushrooms are slightly browned. Ah, it smells so good. Some heavy cream. And I'm just gonna let that stand. Okay, I've got these beautiful pea tendrils. Now those are gonna be really fun in this dish. They're gonna add some flavor, some texture, some color. So the thing that I'm perplexed with is how to make these guys look more appealing. They're interesting, no doubt about it, but I'm considering cutting them lengthwise, and we'll see what it's like once it's cooked in garlic butter. Oh, look at that, that's interesting inside. I'm gonna try and preserve that beautiful pink color that's been revealed. Now that I have these done, I have to finish the pasta. There we go. Almost there. Just want to flavor the butter with the garlic scape, and I want to cook the garlic scape at the same time. They're going to be a nice little garnish, but they're not the star of the show. Okay, time to put the peas in. I'm going to put these aside just to stay warm while I get these gooseneck barnacles going. I want to heat them. I don't want to overcook them, so I'm going very, very low heat. I'm gonna put the pasta on the plate, and by the time that's on the plate, these should be cooked just perfectly. One thing that I've noticed being in the stores here in Belize is there's a variety of hot sauce everywhere. I kind of want to make one using the cacao because I haven't seen one before, and I have this idea of sort of a mole-influenced hot sauce that just might layer into the other dishes. Start caramelizing those onions. Working with habaneros is always dangerous. I learned my lesson a long time ago that you don't want to handle these a heck of a lot and then touch your eyes. One of the reasons that I really love working with local fruits is it really does give you a chance to taste what grows here. This beautiful apple pear that's grown here in Belize is just something that I can't resist. I'm looking for this to add a foundational flavor to this hot sauce. Something that I can puree, something that will help it become smooth. All right, now that that's cooking and the fruit is starting to soften a little bit, I need an acid. And I do have some cider vinegar here. Now I just have to let that reduce. So the one thing I have not addressed yet is capitalizing on this beautiful cacao. What makes this so unique to use is the fact there's zero sweetness. It's actually quite bitter. It's pleasant, it's familiar, but it's not what it looks like. It's not sweet chocolate, it's the foundation of chocolate. Cacao.
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 Cacao. Cocoa. Cacao. All right, so now that's coming together. I just got to blend this. I really don't know how it's going to turn out quite yet. New blender. This is a new blender moment. All right, time for my first taste. In all honesty, it's okay. I'm not finding it's doing it for me right now. It seems to be a little shallow in its flavor profile. So I'm adding some salt. One other thing that I can add to this is some nuts. This hot sauce is inspired by a mole sauce, which always has three things. So to make mole, you need chili peppers, cacao, and nuts.
Chili peppers. Cacao.
Power up. Every place I've been in this part of the world has a curry. Something about curry and the Caribbean go hand in hand, so duly appropriate. I'm gonna make a curry sauce to go with the conch. Some curry powder and some coconut foam. I love this texture. The fact that this is full of coconut juice, like you can almost squeeze it out. And if you can't see it, you can definitely feel it. So I'm hoping that this cut small into the sauce is gonna help thicken it a little bit.
How we doing, Chef?
Hey, I'm good. Good timing. I want you to taste this. I've just seasoned it, just added salt. Maybe even give it another stir. I was just working on stirring in some honey.
Yeah. Take a little bit of salt and just let that cook down for a little bit.
Yeah.
I think it'll be great. So after my discussion with Chef Paul, we decided that we were going to take the conch and do the conch two ways. We're going to make a curry out of it, and we're going to make a fritter to put on top of the curry to add a little bit of texture. We're going to go into the food processor. Then from there, just give it a rough pulse. At that point, we're going to get our mixing bowl, pour our conch in, and you can see we have nice sized chunks that'll work well. I'm adding my flour in until I get that fritter consistency I want. And at this point, I'm going to dig in. A chef should touch his food, feel his food. That way I can know where I'm at with it. From there, you're going to get your nice ball. This oil's hot, and when you put these in, they could splash. So you need to be very careful as you lay them in and lay them away from you. We're going to cook these things to my favorite kitchen term, GBD, okay? Golden brown and delicious.
How
Hey,
everything
Chef.
is going?
Well, I got my fritters done. I think all we need to do is just chop a little bit of conch, add it into your curry. Beautiful.
you.